Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or not foundation review on a foundation that I've honestly been very intrigued by lately. And that is the Dior Skin Forever Undercover Tint Hot, wait no, let me just skip the French part. 24-hour full coverage fresh weightless foundation. It is a high pigmented water-based Dior foundation. It's also supposed to be more on the matte side, I'm pretty sure. But the reason why I was intrigued to try this and I fought getting it for so long was because one, it's really expensive. Two, I was like, whatever, I really don't need it. This was probably like at the end of December last year. I think that's when this foundation came out. It's been out for a little bit of time. It's not like brand spanking new, but where's my Dior foundation? Where is it? Oh, here it is. But lately I've been wearing this Dior Skin Foundation that a lot of people raved about. I've been wearing this mixed with my LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation together because I feel like this Dior one doesn't give me like completely matte vibes, but I love the finish of it and how long wearing it is. So I wanted to test this one out and see if it would be a little bit different for me. So we're just gonna go ahead and stop rambling before this video becomes 2,000 hours long, and let's just get into it. So let's go ahead and start with moisturizing real quick. We're gonna go ahead and use first our Kona Eye Stick. This is by First Aid Beauty. This is like my life. It's really good at depuffing and just hydrating the under eyes. Once I do that, I can go in with my moisturizer. I'm using my First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. This is really good for my people that have sensitive skin. I swear, it's like super hydrating, and it's also very nice and smooth. So like when it goes on the skin, your skin just feels fantastic. Okay, now we're gonna be using our primer. We're gonna be using the Tatcha Silk Canvas. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of this product and we're going to apply it on the areas of our skin. Mainly probably everywhere, honestly, because we're trying to perfect everything. But it's always good to have that nice hydrating moisturizer underneath because it really helps this primer go on very nicely. Okay, so now we can go into the foundation. So this foundation is in the shade 45, and I just want to quickly see what shade this is. I feel like this is darker. Let's see, this one's 41. Yeah, this may be a little bit darker, but we can try it. And it comes in this type of packaging, which it's not my favorite, to be honest. I prefer a pump. I feel like this is probably more practical, like if you're traveling and stuff, but I prefer something like this. So we're gonna be going in on this side with a sponge and then on this side with a brush. Definitely a very runny foundation. It is water-based, so that may be one of the reasons why it's a runny foundation, but we are going to dissect this. I was a little bit scared that it would be too dark, but it's actually not that bad once you put it on the skin. It definitely is a nice foundation. It reminds me a lot of the other Dior foundation. It has that same consistency, very smooth. I feel like the Dior Undercover foundation that we're testing right now is more of a lightweight consistency. That was a good coverage so far that we went in with. Now we're gonna go in with a little bit more on our forehead. Usually on the forehead, I don't like to take too much because my forehead doesn't really have like blemishes. It's pretty evened out, so I'm not really worried about my forehead. This color that I have here reminds me of the color that I had on for my Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation. I feel like if I had a little bit more of a tan, this would be like perfect. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to use this in the winter and fall though, because I get lighter in those times of the year. So if I really love this foundation, I'm going to exchange it. So this is what the foundation looks like on. You can see the big difference with foundation and no foundation. You can see that I definitely do have some clear redness on this side, and it just covered everything. I'm really impressed with how fast it covered everything. I didn't have to go back in with more foundation on my cheek area, which is usually where I have to go back in to kind of intensify the color and add more just to kind of cover blemishes. This is good right now in terms of coverage. Definitely covering right away. Covered my forehead completely. It doesn't feel like you have anything on the skin. It just feels really, really skin-like. It also feels really nice and fresh. I feel like it has like a soft matte finish. It's not like, oh my God, she's matte, but it's not like, oh my God, she's radiant. It's like a subtle soft matte. I feel like with the sponge, it applied it really nicely as well. I feel like it did not absorb too much of the product. I feel like if anything, it did a good job of making it look more natural and more like your skin. So that's definitely something that I can appreciate. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with a brush. And today for brush, I'm gonna be going back in with the foundation kabuki brush from the Master Collection, the JH03 brush. I really like how this applied the foundation the past couple times, so we're gonna stick to it. We're gonna take a little bit more foundation and hope for the best on this side. We're just gonna dot it. I like to dot my foundation because I can really kind of pick where I wanna apply it. So, wow, that covered pretty much everything right away. And also it doesn't dry down too fast where you're like, oh shit, like now I can't blend if there's something that you forgot to blend. It definitely sets at a nice pace. This side already set and I'm definitely seeing that nice, more like matte set. It looks very, very good. And then on this side, it also looks nice. So we're gonna go ahead and take some more product. As much as we used on the forehead, so not too much, but still a little something that we can put up here. Okay, so that is the application with the JH03 brush. I really have to say, I feel like with both the brush and the sponge, it applied it great. But I do feel like with the brush, this foundation just covered way faster. Like if you're in a hurry and you're trying to just get that foundation on and blend and be ready to go, you're going to want to use a foundation brush as opposed to a sponge, because with the sponge, you're going to find yourself bouncing it up and down a little bit more and trying to get that product going. So I would say definitely use a brush for that aspect. I liked how it covered everything on this side. Definitely covered much faster than on the other side. But I feel like both sides look equally as good. I feel like they definitely look nice and smooth and just ready to go. The only thing that I'm noticing is that I feel like down here where my chin is and like, I guess these parts of my face, I can't think of the name, it's too early, but I feel like the foundation is like kind of clinging and there's kind of like a line between my skin and the foundation. I don't know why. Honestly, I'm not seeing a big difference between the Dior Forever Perfect Foundation and the Undercover Foundation. I feel like they're very similar. The only thing that changed for me was the consistency of the foundation. The one I'm trying right now, the Undercover, is definitely more of a like very lightweight liquidy foundation. The other one is a little bit more creamy. And I feel like for me, I kind of like the more creamy one because I feel like it's not as messy when I'm applying it and when I'm like transferring it from the bottle to my hand. I just feel like it's a better situation for me, but that's just my preference. Up close, it looks nice. Definitely looks nice. You can't see my pores, which is a really, really good thing. I feel like when you can see my pores right away on a foundation, I'm like, this probably ain't gonna work for me. But also we have to put into consideration that we did use the Tatcha Silk canvas, so that could be another reason why it does look perfected. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and see how it works with the rest of my products, and then I'll come back and give you guys my first initial thoughts on how everything looks, how it sets, and then we can go ahead and start our day. So I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. And you guys will see me with a full beat face, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so I am back. I finished applying my face of makeup, and I'm gonna have all the details for this makeup in the description box down below, so you guys can go ahead and check it out. let's talk about the Undercover Dior foundation. So I was reading a little bit more about it. This does retail for $52 in case you were wondering. I don't think I gave an exact price earlier. And this is a matte finish, which I am definitely seeing matte finish vibes. I'm not seeing radiance in this. It just looks like a nice matte finish, but it's not a matte that's like, oh my God, it's so intense matte. It's like a nice soft matte. You can definitely not see any oils peeking through. And also this foundation is a full coverage foundation, which I totally agree because I felt like I got full coverage right away. So after putting everything on, I feel like it worked really great with my products. I did blush, bronzer, concealer. The concealer blended perfectly. I used my Born This Way concealer by Too Faced, and that one is a nice like creamy consistency and it worked great. I ended up going in with my baking powder. I did the air spun. There's definitely no signs of it looking creasy or it looking cakey under eye. I know sometimes when I use matte foundations, I can have that issue of it looking really cakey, but this definitely passed my baking test, which is always a good thing. But I did not use powder anywhere else, so that's just the foundation how it is. The only thing I do not like about this foundation right off the bat was that I had to keep going in and kind of blending out the foundation down here because I felt like it was kind of breaking apart. It was separating, which was really strange considering how lightweight this consistency is. I felt like I was just like, what is that? This is supposed to be a 24-hour foundation. We're not going to be wearing it for 24 hours, but it's supposed to be like a day to night wear. So you can wear it all through work, all through your day, and then take it into the night and it's still going to look flawless. So that's what we're going to be testing today because I definitely want to see the consistency of this, how this is going to work. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on with the rest of my day and I will come back at the end of the day and give you guys my thoughts and if this stays matte and if this would be a better situation for somebody that has oily skin as opposed to this Dior Skin Perfect Makeup Foundation. So right now it is 9:35 a.m. in the morning. So the next time you'll see me, it will definitely be a little bit later and I will be giving you guys the tea on this foundation. Okay, so I am back. It is now 5:32 p.m. It's definitely looking really, really oily, like very oily. I don't think this is a foundation that's for oily skin people. I don't think this is a matte foundation. It's matte for like the first 3 hours. It definitely looks matte right away compared to the Dior Skin Forever foundation. Definitely this one, you can see a little bit of radiance when you first put it on. But the Undercover, which I'm wearing right now, it does look matte for like a little bit. But after that, you can see the radiance is here. It also transfers because I got so much foundation right here. So I'm really upset because I love this hoodie. This is my first time wearing it. I'm like, oh my God, you just ruined my hoodie. I have to go put it in the washer. But I don't know. I wouldn't purchase this. If you already have the Dior Skin Forever, I would stick to this one because I feel like the finish in this long-term looks way better. I also don't ever see it giving me like these areas where my skin is kind of like noticeable or like you can see it breaking apart or like kind of separating from my skin. I've never had that issue with this foundation. I feel like the Undercover foundation transfers so easily. It looks very, very oily on the skin. Like look at this. This is really oily stuff. I can go back in and blot it and I'm sure it'll take care of those oils, but I did blot it already once. So I'm just putting it out there. I blotted it when I started to notice that it was getting a little bit oily and now I'm sitting here and I'm like, whoa. So I would say this is definitely not worth $52. I feel like this will probably work better on somebody with normal to combo skin, but I feel like if you are trying to decide between the Dior Skin Forever and the Dior Undercover, then I would say go with the Dior Skin Forever. This is probably a better bet. If you do have oily skin, I would just say make sure that you kind of set your face and it will definitely look way better through the day than this one did to me. So I think I'm going to be exchanging this foundation for a Dior Skin Forever lighter color for the winter because right now for 41 is like my summer color when I got a tan, but I think that maybe it'll be like 39 or something like that for my fall and winter. But definitely I would pick the Dior Skin Forever over the Dior Skin Undercover. Also the packaging in this like sucks. I don't like this type of packaging. I like this. I like having a pump. I just feel like it's so much better for me and I just feel like it doesn't get messy. I feel like this gets messy and it's runny, so it's just not my cup of tea. So those are all my thoughts. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching my review. It didn't go as planned. I was really hoping that this was gonna stay matte for longer because I just had a vision that I would probably end up liking this. It didn't go as I wanted it to, so that's okay. So if you guys have any recommendations for other foundation reviews you wanna see, please let me know. And if you guys enjoyed watching this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know to continue doing these videos. And please don't forget to subscribe if you are new to my channel, because I would love for you to become a member of family here on YouTube, because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my videos for the world. So that being said, I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.